Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is WireDogSec back with another video for you guys. Today's video, we are continuing on with TryHackMe's offensive security learning path, and this is the daily Bugle room. As you can see there, it says compromise a Joomla CMS account via SQLi, practice cracking hashes, and escalate your privileges by taking advantage of Yum. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into it. Task 1, deploy. All right, so we've already deployed the target machine. I got my attack box fired up as well. So let's check out these questions. Access the web server who robbed the bank. First off, we launched our Nmap scan as usual, right? One of the first things we want to do here, because it could take some time for it to complete, but you can see here port 22 is open, it's running SSH. Port 80 is open, running HTTP. Apache HTTPD 2.4.6, CentOS PHP 5.6.40. It says Joomla open source content management robots.txt 15. This is a lot of entries, so these could be of use of interest, so you can take notes of that. Also, the version of everything that we are discovering. It says 3306 is open, MySQL, MariaDB, and let's see if anything else is in here. All right, not much else to look at here. So let's go ahead and pivot to Firefox, which I have spun up already. And you can see I have navigated to the website in question. Also, I have Burp Suite fired up too in the background. All right, Intercept is turned off right now. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a look here. And it says who robbed the bank? Well, it says Spiderman. So let's go ahead and type in Spiderman. All right. Now, since this is a CTF type of room, as usual, you can take a look at the view page source to see if there's anything else of value. All right, so you can see if there's maybe if they have passwords or something like that laying around in the view page source, etc., etc. All right, so let me just close out of this real quick. And it says task number 2, obtain user and root. What is the Joomla version? Instead of using SQL map, why not use a Python script? What is Jonah's crack password, user flag, root flag? Okay, so we need to find the version of Joomla here. And like I said, maybe it's in this view page source somewhere. So let's find, let's see Joomla. And let's see if we can find a version number somewhere. I don't think so. So I'm going to take a look around inside of here and see if I can find that information. I don't believe it was in the Nmap scan here. I don't think so. Okay, so let's go ahead and find the Joomla version. All right, find the Joomla version. There's various different ways to find the Joomla version. You can use some kind of scanner like JoomScan or something like that. I tried using JoomScan, but it was not working for me. For some reason, I was getting error messages. I did a GoBuster on it, as you can see there, and here's the results of my GoBuster. You can use whatever directory, discovery, brute force tool out there. I used GoBuster for this particular occasion. As you can see here, it discovered some directories here, and we also found some directories from the robots.txt file from that Nmap scan, right? But anyway, so after that was done, I did a Google search on how to find Joomla versions, and this one in particular says you can locate it via this directory here, and that's what I did. I navigated to that directory, and you can see version 3.7.0 is going to be the answer for that one. And there's also this readme.txt file here. You can see it's Joomla 3.7, yada yada yada. So that's going to be the answer for that one. And let's go ahead and continue on here. This README file did not show up in my directory or my GoBuster scan, but it may show up in one of yours. All right, like I said, it depends on whatever directory discovery word list you're using. And it says to use a Python script instead of SQL map, but I guess you can use either or in this occasion. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. And what I did here was I tried to locate a particular exploit for this version of Joomla, since we already know what it was. Did a search exploit on it. Say, hey, check out these files, SQL injection. So I did a cat on that, did a locate on it, and then I did a cat on it. And you can see the information about this particular exploitation of this vulnerability, vulnerable URL. So this is the one I believe we're going to be using here. and it says using SQL map, right? If you want to do it that way. And if you do a Google search on a Python script for it, you can come across this here, which is this juneblah.py. So I might do both of these, but first let's try the SQL map version first. I'll have it already pulled up somewhere. There we go. All right, so let's go ahead and see if this works. We may need to make some edits to it, but let's go ahead and fire this off and see what it does. Let's just go with the defaults for now. I believe that the text file probably has some other information in here. If you want to go ahead and read through there to see what um, you need to select here. But let's go ahead and go back over here. So let's go ahead and click through here, redirect to this particular area. You want to follow? Yes, I want to follow it. And I'm not sure how long this is going to take. So let's go ahead and fast forward. Okay, and this is the results of the SQL map. And it looks like it did find some databases, but not much else of use here. So it said to use a Python script instead of SQL map. All right. So after doing some Googling, you can come across this particular Python script they're talking about here, this juneblah.py. You can use a wget to grab it using this link here, which I have already done. All right. So if you do an ls, you can see that it's right there ready to go. So go ahead and clear this out and go ahead and launch this bad boy like so. So it's going through doing some SQLi stuff, and you can see that it found user, super user, Jonah, jonah@TryHackMe.com, and then this looks like a hashed password here. Now it says that you may need to use something like Hashcat or maybe John Ripper, but for like the CTF type of things, I like to use an online cracker, right? So I'm going to use hashes.com, and this is what I found, and the answer is going to be Spiderman123 for his password. There's another one. There's that online, was it Crack Station or something like that? I can't remember the name at the top of my head, but that's another site that you can use. But I used hashes.com to find this password. It says, what is the user flag? So we're going to need to log in as Jonah and then obtain these other flags. So let's go ahead and try that. Try that on your own and then come back to the video if you get stuck or just want to go through the walkthrough with me. Now that we seem to have some valid credentials, go ahead and type in Jonah and then the username Spiderman123 in this admin portal, and you should be able to log in. Now from here, after you do some looking around, see where you can possibly upload a shell to get access to this particular machine. What you want to do is you want to go to extensions up here, and then you'll see templates, and then you go to templates, and then you're going to go to this proto star. And inside of here, you have very different files, right? So you can go ahead and edit this index.php file, right? So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to use this reverse shell generator. I already have everything ready to go here. And I'm just going to Control A and Control C to copy that over. And then I'm going to do the same thing here, except delete everything and then use that. So I'm going to replace it and then save and close. Now I'm going to start up my Netcat listener, which I have already done so here, running on 4444. So let's go ahead and do that. Now I'm back on the home page. The credentials work here as well. As you can see, it's running as a super user, right, with those creds. So I'm going to refresh, go back over to my listener, and it looks like I have shell access. So let's do the typical stuff, host name, then IPA, ID, stuff like that, sudo-l. All right. And you're going to have to take a look around here to try to locate these flags. Let's see where we're at. Print working directory. Looks like we're in the root area here. So let's go ahead and cd into home. See who's in here. J. Jameson. So let's go ahead and check this one out. Permission denied. And let's see here. Looks like we'll have to find some other way to get inside that home directory. So let me go back here. I doubt we can even get into the root, but Yeah, permission denied. So let's go ahead and see what we can do to try to get into that home directory and try to find these flags. As we saw earlier, we could not access very much of anything because we don't have the proper permissions. So you have to go in and try to do some more enumeration, see if you can find some valid credentials that can allow you to escalate privileges, etc., etc. Now at this point, you could upload linps or something like that and run that and see if you can find some type of file containing passwords. But as you explore this machine, you can come across this directory here, right? I went into var www html, did ls on that, and you can see there's some files listed in here. You can see one in particular, configuration.php. A lot of times these configuration files, they can contain some valid credentials. So you go through, did a cat on it, and review this file. You can see there's some credentials in here. You got user is root, and the password is this long one here. So let's go ahead and give this a try and see if we can get into anything. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and copy this. It says root, so that's the first user I would try. So let's go ahead and do a su, and then let's try that. Get into root, see if it works. Authentication failure. Now we did see the other home folder for J Jameson, but you can do something like let's do cat and Etsy. Um, yeah, pass WD. Right, try to find some other users that could be on there. And it looks like that's the only user. So let's go ahead and do that. So SU into J Jameson. So let's go ahead and hit that paste that password inside of there. And let's see if it works. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Be sure to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. Once you subscribe, be sure to hit that notification bell. All right, so you know every time I post a new video. As you can see here, most people that view my videos, view my channel, are not subscribed. Now, if you do subscribe, it will help me get into the YouTube algorithm so that we can continue to grow our glorious community here. As always, thank you all for taking the time to watch. Have a nice day and enjoy the video. Not sure what happened there, but anyway, as we saw from the Nmap scan results, port 22 was running SSH and it was open, so I logged in as J Jameson. All right, you can do who am I, ID, sudo -l, stuff like that. See what we can do here, and it looks like we can do all kinds of stuff apparently. But for now, okay, this looks very interesting. There's no pass wd user bin yum, and it did say we needed to exploit something else to escalate privileges. So maybe this is it right here. All right, let's find this user flag. So let's see where we're at first. All right, awesome. ls, there's the user. Let's do this. So there's the first flag here, and now we need to escalate privileges to find that root flag. Yeah. So if we go to, we won't be able to even to get into this. We can go ahead and try it and see. But yeah, permission denied. So let's go ahead and see if we can find something on GTFO bin or something to exploit yum and see if we can get that root flag. It looks like GTFO bins has something for us to escalate our privileges with using yum. If we scroll down to the bottom here and looking at B, to spawn interactive root shell by loading a custom plugin. So what I'm going to do is highlight all this and copy all this over, navigate back over to our terminal that we're logged in as with J Jameson, and I'm just going to hit paste like so, hit enter, and now see how it changed to the pound sign there. You can do who am I, we are root, ID, typical stuff, right? And let's go ahead and get that last root flag. So let's go ahead and do that. CD into the root, and the flag is most likely in here. There we go, root.txt. Awesome. So there's the contents of the root flag. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab this real quick and wrap up this video with task number 3. And let's see what they say. It says credits found another way to compromise the machine or want to assist others in rooting it, keep an eye on the forum post located here. But we've already done it. If you follow along, congratulations. Hopefully you guys took notes of what we did here as we went through the hacker mindset, went through all the steps, the CTF mindset as well, since this was a CTF type of room here. But we did cover pretty much everything, right? We did the initial reconnaissance, enumeration, we discovered valid credentials, we discovered the version of Joomla, right? We did some digging into that version of Joomla, found a vulnerability, found ways to exploit it using SQL injection, and then that's how we found the initial credentials for the J. Jameson account to get into the back end of that website. So we got into the Joomla administrator area, and then from there we uploaded a shell, which allows access to the actual server that's running that website. And then from there, we were able to find some more credentials for J. Jameson on the box. So we switched user to J. Jameson, and then from there, we had looked at possible escalation paths, and we found that on GTFO bins, which allowed us to escalate our privileges into root, and we got that last root flag. So hopefully you all found this of value, and if you did, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, so we can help out the channel, help grow our glorious community here. As always, thank you all for taking the time to watch my video. Have a nice day, and I will see you later.